Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Cera. Coming up a little bit later in sports, Eli Manning making it to the Super Bowl was shocking enough. No way they could beat Tom Brady and the Patriots, right? They hadn't lost all season.
The Southeastern Conference has long prided itself on athletic excellence, and track and field is no exception.
Running days were over. A soul-crushing thought for a young man who came all the way from Africa to chase his dream. So far, so good for Bobby Petrino and the Arkansas Razorbacks, although I'm sure he could use some rollerblades. It is usually hot during the tournament, but this time it's the wind that's throwing players for a loop. The projected cut is at +5, one of the higher cut lines. Your favorite event?
It's probably rings.
Rings?
Rings is great, yeah.
It's definitely not one of the easier events, kind of like doing a non-stop pull-up, but when you're young and you're working out 5 days a week for years on end, well, these guys make it look easy. Oh, the Grizzlies need a spark from anywhere. Throw the ball boy in there. Where's Christian Laettner? Nah, forget that. We're giving this away. I'll be honest with you, we're probably going to give it to this little kid. In the event you don't win the pennant, can I still have your word that you'll be a Grizzlies fan now?
I'll still be a Grizzlies fan.
Grizzlies fan?
Grizzlies fan.
All right. How special is it after sitting out 2 years to finally be back in action running a top 4? The Tennessee Titans are back in a big way, and it really doesn't have much to do with Vince Young so far this year. Off to their best start since 2003, the Titans' defense has been outstanding, allowing just 17 points per game. Upper-tier NFL numbers, no doubt. Young returns to the starting lineup after missing last week with a pulled thigh muscle. Not very effective, just 26 passing yards today. Only 3 first downs in the first half, but the offense breaks through when Chris Henry finds the end zone in his 24-yard score in the third quarter, and it's 10-7 Tennessee. The defense harassing Dante Culpepper all day long. Antoine Odom gets to him here. The Titans do not allow Oakland a touchdown in this one. Lendale White gaining some steam in the backfield. A career-high 133 yards rushing today for the Titans, and they grind out a 13-9 win. They're now 5-2. D'Angelo Williams just 5 carries this afternoon for the Panthers because Deshaun Foster was doing all the work. First quarter touchdown against the Colts put Carolina on top 7-0, but Peyton Manning wasn't about to have their record tarnished. Check out this bomb, 56 yards, the hesitation in the pocket there. That's going to Reggie Wayne. Manning's 288th career touchdown pass. He's now the all-time touchdown leader, surpassing the great Johnny Unitas of the Colts anyway. They win at 31-7, squaring off with New England next weekend in the battle of the unbeaten. The Memphis Grizzlies will kick off the season this Wednesday night against the world champion San Antonio Spurs. The great guard battle in training camp has given way to a pecking order. Veteran Damon Stoudemire will get the start at the point with Kyle Lowry and Mike Conley Jr. coming off the bench. Head coach Mark Ivoroni has said it's Stoudemire's job until one of the young guys can take it from him. What would you say the average speed at the Samstown 250 was this weekend? How about a measly 62 miles an hour? All the cautions made it quite a slow race. Several drivers went from Memphis Saturday straight to Atlanta for the Pep Boys 500 today. Kerry Anderson fills us in now in the driver's seat. The autumn leaves once again reveal their true colors, transforming the Southeast into a magnificent array of majestic beauty. Hundreds of unique and elite student athletes must also dig deep inside to reveal their true colors. With each stride, a constant and familiar battle engages in the body, mind, and soul of the cross-country runner.
It's inside each one of these guys a passion. It's a self-motivation. It's definitely an inner drive.
If you don't have that dedication and the drive to get out here and do what we do every day, then you're probably not going to succeed at the level that we're at right now.
Everything's not perfect. You do have weather conditions. You have to go uphill, downhill. You have unsure footing.
The familiar sound and rhythm of footsteps pounding against the diverse terrain is the only constant across country. Heat, rain, rocks, wind, and hills are very much the commonplace, as each and every athlete must maneuver around the course and over their own physical and mental barriers.
And when you're running, you know, there are days where I'm like, I don't know why I do this.
Come on, come on.
It's quite painful. You've got to be tough the whole time.
After the halfway point, you kind of have to ask yourself how bad do you really want it.
All right, stay nice.
It's just the sport of how far you can go in your mind, how far you can push yourself, and see how strong you are mentally.
Let's go! Gotta give me 2 minutes, Jordan.
It's a way of teaching yourself a lesson that
you can endure more than you are feeling at that particular time.
The competition helps push you to places you've never been before. You're going to test your limits. You kind of got to figure out how fast can I go and still make it to the finish.
Take your time. You got it, 88. You got it.
Mile after mile, the heart beats louder, the sweat drips faster, and eventually pain sweeps through the body, forcing each runner to question his or her own destiny. Tweeted out long ago are the weak, the faint of heart, or those unwilling to sacrifice. At this level, visions of victory keep minds focused and legs moving in hopes of obtaining hard-fought success at the finish line.
One of the best things about a run is when you're finished. The feeling you get, the satisfaction of completing the task.
You get a really good feeling after you've done something that most people can't do.
Although a team sport, it's the individual self-discipline, mental toughness, and the innate ability to push the human body past unimaginable limits that determine success. And the next day, you must get up and do it again. For this is cross country.
He's as good as it gets. He's really, really good.
High praise from your head coach, but when you're Derrick Rose, it's nothing unusual. He came here as one of the top recruits in the country and has done nothing to dispel that notion, recently wrapping up Conference USA Freshman of the Year honors.
It's an accomplishment, one of my goals I wanted to get when I first came into this university, and I'm happy that I got it.
He's as shy and unassuming as you'll ever meet, especially when he's a future NBA lottery pick. But to really know Derrick Rose, you have to know his brother, Reggie Rose.
We was watching a videotape when he was in 7th grade. We just seen like a blur go across the screen and dunk the ball. After that, they won the city championship 7th grade, 8th grade, freshman year.
And the titles just kept on coming right up to his senior year at Simeon High School on Chicago's South Side. Reggie and his two other brothers decided it was their job to shield him from the negative influences the inner city has to offer.
Coming up from an environment like the Inglewood neighborhood with just so much talent, it was just more of, we have to do whatever we have to do to protect his dream.
And that path has led to Memphis, where D. Rose has helped the Tigers reach #1 in the country for 5 weeks this season. And of course, he's only a freshman trying to win a national championship while NBA agents are chomping at the bit to cash in on him. It can't be easy.
I asked him, I said, do you feel any pressure? He said, no. And I said, remember I told you that the best time of your life? He said, yeah, the best time of my life is college. He's growing up faster than the average 18, 19-year-old, but I think he's just doing a great job at it, and he's having fun.